everyone. In this video, we will be multiplying rational expressions, and this is the second part. I will put the link of the first part in the description box below. Before we determine the product of these two rational expressions, let's have a review on the basics of multiplying rational expressions. We remember that in multiplying rational expression, or pretty much multiplying fraction, we are supposed to multiply them across. Let's take this general formula right here. If we have A over B times C over D, in order that we can multiply this two rational expression or these two fractions, we multiply them across. So A times C, so that's how we got A times C right here. And we multiply at the same time the two denominators, B times D, and that's how we got BD. Now, we remember that this is only true when B is not equal to 0 or D is not equal to 0. Because then if any of this is 0 or both of these are 0, so then we can go ahead and say that this expression becomes undefined because dividing by 0 is undefined. Okay, going back to this example right here, in order that we can determine the product of these two rational expressions, we need to follow some steps. The first step is to factor out both the numerator and the denominator. So then I'm just going to go ahead and show the work up here. So what are we going to do is we are going to factor out the numerator and the denominator of both of these terms. So I'm just going to show the work up here. So we're going to start first with this 8x cubed plus 6x squared. So what are we going to do here is that I'm just going to go ahead and write this up here. So this is 8x cubed and then plus 6x squared. We are going to determine the GCF for this. Again, there's another video that talks about how to determine the GCF of a given expression and how we factor out the GCF of the given expression. So in this case right here, we can go ahead and determine the factors of 6x squared to be, that's gonna be 3 times 2 times 2x's. So I'm just gonna go ahead and write x and x. And then this x cubed right here would be that's going to be 2 times 2 times 2, so that's 8, and then there are 3 x's. And then from here, we can go ahead and say that the common factors here are 2, and we have x and x, so that we can write the GCF here as, that's going to be GCF would be 2 times x, which is 2x squared. So then we are going to factor out the GCF, which is 2x squared. So we put that outside the parentheses. Now what we put inside the parentheses here is that the leftover. So for the first one, 8x cubed, the leftover would be 4x. So I'm just going to write 4x right here. And the leftover for 6x cubed after we factored out the common factor is 3. So there's going to be plus 3. So that if we multiply this, it would come out 8x cubed, and 2x squared plus 3 is 6x squared. So that we can go ahead and say that this 8x cubed plus 6x squared is actually this. So I can go ahead and change that to 2x squared times 4x plus 3. So that's the numerator. Now, I will simplify the denominator here. So in order that we can do that, I'm just going to go ahead and write that expression right here. So that is 4x squared minus x minus 3. And we are going, since there's no common factor between all of these three, so then we are going to use the box and diamond for this. So I'm just going to show the box and diamond here. So that is negative 12x squared. We're multiplying the first and the last. So this is negative x. And so the factors here would be negative 4x and positive 3x. So that if we add these two, that's negative x. If we multiply these two, it's negative 12x squared. So then from here, we can go ahead and proceed to drawing the box here. So the one that we write on the box would be 4x squared and then negative 3. And then the red factors can go anywhere here. So this is I'm just gonna go ahead and say this is negative 4x here, and then the other red one right there is 3x. So then the factors here would be we can say that the factors are 4x, and then this is x, so this is gonna be 3 right here, and then this one right here is -1. So then the factors for the denominator here would be 4x plus 3 and then x minus 1. So then I can go ahead and change this to 4x plus 3 and then that's x minus 1. Now what I'm gonna do next is I will repeat the same process for these two right here, and I'm gonna show the work on the side over here. Okay, so I factored it out and then I showed the work on the side over here. Now the second step is to simplify. So in order that we can simplify this, we can cross out those that are like terms. And I can go ahead and cross this out. Again, remember, this is not equal to 0, but that is equal to 1. And then I can cross out the x minus 1 and x minus 1 right here. I can go ahead and say that the leftover are these ones since we can't anymore cross that out. So we're gonna write it out. So that is 2x squared, and then we have x plus 2. Again, we're multiplying across, and that is over. We have 1x left, and then that is x minus 3. So then we can go ahead and expand this to x squared. That's actually 2x and x. So I can expand it that way, and then that's x plus 2 over, there's one x at the bottom, and then that is x minus 3. So that we can cross out the x and the x here. So then we are left with 2x, and then we have x plus 2 over, that's gonna be x minus 3 left at the bottom since this is gone. So that is x minus 3. So then I can go ahead and write that up here as 2x times x plus 2 over x minus 3. So this is the product of this expression that we have right there. At this time, I would encourage you to pause this video and try this problem out on your own. And when you're done, unpause it and check your answer. Okay, so we go over the problem here. Again, the first step is to factor out both the numerator and the denominator. So I'm just gonna show the work down here. Okay, as you can see here, I added 0x here so that we can use the box and diamond. So it's pretty much the same thing. The 0x may not be there, but just want to make sure that we get a trinomial so that we can factor this out. So then I'm going to go ahead and show the box and diamond for this. Okay, so I have factored them out. So what I'm going to do is, instead of writing 2x cubed minus 4x squared minus 16x, I'm just going to write this one up here. So this is going to match up, and this one is going to match up with this. This will match up with this one, and this one is going to match up with this. So I'm just going to go ahead and write that up here. Okay, so after we've written all of these factors that we got from the work that we have over here on the side, we are going to move on to the second step. The second step is to simplify. In order that we can simplify this, we're going to cross out those that are actually the same on the numerator and the denominator, because again, we remember the division by itself property, which states that if we divide a number by the number itself, then the quotient is 1. So this x negative 4 and x negative 4 gets crossed out. Again, they become 1, and then this x plus 2 and x plus 2 gets crossed out as well. X plus 4 and x plus 4 gets crossed out. So we are left with this one's right here. So we can go ahead and rewrite that. So on the numerator, that would be 2x, and then we got a parentheses x plus 1 is the leftover. On the denominator, we're left with x, and then we have crossed out the x plus 2, so pretty much just the x left on the bottom. So then we can go ahead and cross out the x and the x here. So we are left with 2 parentheses x plus 1. Or we can rewrite this as 2x plus 2. So this one right here, the product when these two rational expressions are multiplied together would be 2 parentheses x plus 1, or then again you can distribute the 2 to each term inside the parentheses. You can also have 2x plus 2. Did you get the same answer as this? Good. Perfect. If you find this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more math videos. See ya!